Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup Ringside, where we give you the best seat in the house for all of our thoughts on wrestling, and in particular on SmackDown, because this is Laying the Smackdown, and you got your divas here, your girlies here. We doing it because that's how we roll. SmackDown rolls with us, and it starts and ends with these beauties. I
The A
mean,
show.
at
It's okay. Raw's been eating. They've been chewing a little bit, but they don't eat the way SmackDown eats. So it's only fitting that you have the queen, the resident evil diva, Miss Lana, along with the killer
with the Killer
queen.
Queen. Period.
Ah,
I mean, we doing this, so yeah. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love some tea. Period. Drinking some water because water is essential, sure. And if I was drinking anything else, it'd be my cup mug. Get your cup mug at lanagcreations.etsy.com. The link will be in the description below. And yeah, period.
I don't know about tea. I am sipping a little libation currently. It is a Saturday and I'm vibing. And honestly, the SmackDown was pretty good and I was really excited about it. It could be more exciting, but I understand we're going into like an in-between pay-per-view, so it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
just like keeping the ball rolling. I kind of expect this level for a little bit, which is fine. It's solid.
Absolutely. And so, yeah, we're going to talk about all of that. But first, before we get started, we say hit the subscribe button. You're here. We see you. We appreciate you. Hit the subscribe button. Tell your wrestling friends about us to hit the so they can come and hit the subscribe button as well, so we can get up in that algorithm. That's what we trying to get all up in y'all algorithms. That's what we trying to do. We trying to get up in there and poke around and do some damage in your algorithm. So help us get there. Do that. And if you are a fan of any of, we have three other channels that you can join. So look down in the description below. We in our link tree where we have all of the links to every one of our channels and our audio channels. So if you just want to listen to us on your way to work or something, we got that. We got you covered, boo. So check all of that out. Hit the subscribe button on each of our channels. We would greatly appreciate it. And the link to join our membership channel is also down in there. So click that so you can get early access content and exclusive content for across all four channels of the Cup Network, is what me and Logan decided we're gonna call this. This is the Cup Network, and this is the Cup Ringside affiliate of the Cup Network. So yeah, you can get all early access and exclusive to all the channels, to exclusive content from all four channels as well. And if you're just a fan of Patreon instead of YouTube membership, we got a Patreon for you. Same access, same early access, same exclusive content, but just on Patreon. So whichever you decide, we give you choices here. And yeah, that's that. And the merch link is down there too. So don't forget that. Get that. But we are talking about SmackDown on April the 26th. And it's draft day. It's drafting.
I'm gonna say if you didn't watch our Cup Network draft video amongst all of our ringside channels getting together and doing a draft, I highly suggest you do it because after we talk about tonight, you're gonna see SmackDown ate it up. Like our predictions were pretty good.
Yeah, and you can see it right there. I'll put the card right there. Bing. So yeah, check it out and see how we just kind of ate and chewed that's draft so far. So far. So we started the show off with a contract signing. And I'm like, okay, cool. We've seen contract signings, several contract signings, and some are more exciting than this one. This one was very tame, very much I respect you, you respect me. I appreciated your dad. He taught you well. Like it was very good. I appreciate no animosity building up into going into backlash. It's just like, just know I'm coming for you. And it's like, bring it on. I'm here with my belt.
Um I really hope that this is not the norm for Cody Rhodes' reign. I feel like because he is so over as a babyface that it makes things hard for them to build up anyone to really feud against him. You don't have that many major heels right now. With Roman taking a break, I just feel like it's going to be very difficult for them to gain any steam moving forward. Hopefully, we will at least we know we're going to get a great match out of the two of them. They're going to have a great match. I just wish the build up to it made me have a reason to care, other than the fact that I know it's going to be a good match, but I already know Cody's going to win. So what's the point of all of this?
Right. It's just so, it was so like, I don't want this to be Cody's reign. I don't want it to be everybody comes in. We respect you. This is just a great thing. I'm so glad you finished your story. Whoop, yay, we salute you. We appreciate you. We love you. And it's no build up. And it's even, and here's my thing, even if the build up isn't a hate, a personal beef or anything like that, I still need the story to make sense. And I guess AJ winning the number one contendership is, it makes sense that we have this match happening because he won his way to that point. But I need something else. I don't know what. I just need something else.
I wish they came at it from an angle of AJ being like, he's not like a heel, but he could have still like kicked Cody a little and been like, you're kind of corny and like, you don't interest me. You're drier than a piece of stale toast. Like something to point out why he's better than Cody and why he would be a better fit for the championship. Even if he just said like, I'm better than you in the ring and I'm going to prove it at Backlash. Like there is something to be said about that. There's some kind of a interest for people to be like, oh, AJ about to just go in this match, like to show you everything that he can do. I think even something like that, you don't necessarily have to make it like Austin versus The Rock level of heat. Like just a little bit of something to make it somewhat interesting would have been helpful for me.
Right. I mean, just having when AJ came out, was like, we got these two, we both Georgia boys, and he could have been like, we Georgia boys, but we gonna show you why everybody call me phenomenal and they call you Dusty Son. Like they could have did something like that, and I would have been like,
I would be like, oh, fire!
Like shots fired, bang, bang. Like I would have been like, whoa. I would have been ready for that. Like it would have been so cool. It made me more like, okay, y'all bringing some smoke. So, and Cody be like, okay, you want to come with the smoke? I'm the champ. So do what you do, see what you gonna do, and then it would have made sense. I just wanted it to be more, but it just continued to get more and more like, I respect you.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Blink, blink.
As we say often, nice gowns, beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns. Beautiful gowns. I just didn't enjoy that segment at all. I was just like, all right. But so Cody's leaving, going up the ramp. All of a sudden, Triple H's music hits. Triple H comes out, and he's like, hey, Cody, since you staying here on SmackDown, because you're the champion here on SmackDown, you protected, you staying here, I feel like you should just help me with this first round of the draft. And Cody's like, sure. He was like, you announce SmackDown, and I'm going to go announce Raw. We're like, sure. And so the first pick goes to SmackDown, and they have decided to pick up or protect, should I say, the EST of the WWE, Miss Bianca Belair. And I was like, whoa!
Miss B, let's go.
I was like, period. Because who drafted Bianca Belair on the Cup draft? This girl's her there. Them over there. Mm-hmm. Them over there. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm mirrored. Is it that way?
There you go. Yep.
This over here. Yeah, we ate that. We ate
over there. She over here. We did that. We did that. It was so good. And so then Raw turned around and they picked up Yeet. Main event, Jay Uso. And you know what?
I'm not mad at it.
I'm not mad. And I will give flowers and flowers are due. The Raw crew did pick up main event Jay Uso over there on the cup, I think. If I
They
remember
did.
correctly,
Yes,
they
they
did.
did.
So they got that right. Kudos to them. But then the next round pick was from NXT, Carmelo Hayes.
Um, we picked him as our number one male pickup. We knew what we were doing.
And you know what? He was the first NXT person ever drafted in the first round of a draft.
Insane.
Can I just say, seeing Bianca Belair and Carmelo Hayes being the first two people drafted to SmackDown did something to my ever loving.
The ancestors were singing. Black excellence was ringing.
Praise was going up. The food was being seasoned.
Mhm.
It was just a good day.
Yes.
It was a good moment to be black. I was like, oh, work. It was so good.
Like, yes, we have some seasoning in the SmackDown side. I'm happy for them.
Absolutely.
Not that Jay himself is a great first pick for Raw, although they ate that up.
They ate that
up. Yeah, I was really happy for them.
And then Raw, their next pick, they picked up Seth freaking Rollins, which I was like, great pick. Great pick because when he comes back, he's going to be a workhorse like he always is, and he's going to work himself. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, I agree.
So Seth Rollins being their fourth pick, it was good. Their second pick was great. It was nice. So then we move because just when they thought we were about to move on past this draft, we get the big hymn that comes across the screen, and the music starts playing, and the beautiful, the gorgeous man of Carmelo Hayes comes walking out, and I'm like, God, that man is fine. Oh my God.
Okay. He's so fine. Like, so fine.
Jesus, so fine. So fine. But he comes out and he looks at Cody and was like, see, you made a statement that if you go for a kill, you shouldn't miss. And he was like, what the funny part is, I always take my shot and I never miss. And I was like, oh, you go, your first night here, you go challenge the champion? Okay. I mean, all right. And Cody was like, what if, they don't want to see me fight tonight. Of course, the crowd goes, yay.
What happened to being a working champion, Cody? Like, come on now.
And then he says, well, what if I forgot my gear? And everybody's like, come on, bro. He's like, I did not forget my gear. And so if you want to fight, we can fight. And Carmelo was like, let's do this. And so I was like, yes.
I was super excited when this happened because it would not be the first time we've seen someone come up from NXT and immediately challenge for a championship and win it. We had Paige do that at the Raw after WrestleMania 30. I think it was 30. Yes, I think it was. And took the title off AJ Lee that very same night after being her first day coming up from NXT. So it's not unheard of. I didn't think it was going to happen with Cody, but I could still get a little hype for my man. And I just knew going into it that this was going to be a great showing for him and be able to open up the lens of the SmackDown audience to know who the hell he is and what he does and why he was the first round pick.
Absolutely.
So good.
Absolutely. This was one of those matches I was like, man, why am I more excited about this match than the actual championship match that's going to happen at Backlash? Because they even gave me a little bit something else to go, oh, okay then. And like you said, I knew they're not going to take the bet off of Cody right now. That's crazy. We weren't going to get that. And I wasn't expecting that, but I felt like this match, like you said, it was going to show the audience who Carmelo was. But he doesn't have to win this match to win this match, because they just need to see why he's so dang good. And he's so good at what he does. I'm like, okay, all right. I hate, I'm not going to lie, I hate they brought him up to make his debut against somebody they knew he wasn't going to win against. And I hate that, because I'm like, everybody else get their debut match and they win their debut match on the new brand. But we gonna bring this man up who was the top of the tops at the NXT for a long time. And then you bring him up to face the champion who you know you ain't finna let lose to the new kid on the block.
And like, that's understandable. But from my perspective, I read it more as letting people be aware that this man is main event material from the start. Like, he's not going to be in no mid-card matches. This is a main event man. And whether he wins that first match or not, you're going to see him versus champions for quite some time, baby. Get used to his name. Get used to his face. Learn the music, because y'all about to be singing it every week. This is the man. Like, y'all about to really jump on the bandwagon. We've already been there, but you can jump on. It's okay. There's a lot of seats. We'll invite you, you know?
Have several. We have several for you. You can have several.
Just know we're in the front seat. You can sit back here.
Behind me, baby. But it's several.
Oh my God.
But yeah,
Carmelo, I'll be your shotgun rider. Let's go.
I am not mad. Like, I get it. And I do agree with you on that. I think they trust him enough to put him in a main event match against the main event stars. So, because he's going to deliver every single time. So
we definitely got ahead of ourselves a little bit here, because that match didn't happen yet in the night. But honestly, what we're coming to talk to about next, I feel like could have been an email. So,
we had Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio against Angel and Berto. LWO against the other ones. This match, whatever. I just was so annoyed.
Honestly, I feel like creative needs to figure out what they're doing with these two teams. They're not doing enough to differentiate the LDF from the LWO. They're not doing enough to actually push them for people to care about what either of them are doing, let alone if you put them against each other when people don't have reasons to care about either of them. Even considering that it's Rey Mysterio, like, you're still not doing enough to give people a reason to care that he's not retired. Like, I don't know. It just feels like this match was just filler at this point, which was very frustrating, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, it was back and forth, and, you know,
like, Dragon Lee's great. I love watching Dragon Lee wrestle. That's one thing I will say. It wasn't the worst match I've ever seen, but there was definitely nothing super spectacular about it. Like, Lee looked good because he always looks good. He's a great wrestler. But other than that, it wasn't that memorable for me.
Everybody looked good. Everybody's talented. Everybody knows what they're doing. They go out and they put on a good, solid match. It was solid. It was good. And we get it. But it wasn't, like you said, nothing excitable, nothing to make you go, I'm going to remember that match tomorrow. Like, I didn't remember it tomorrow, the next day. And so Rey and Dragon Lee, they win the match. Great. They're out there celebrating. And then Alberto comes out, and he has old girl with him, and he's like, we found the footage. Y'all said it was me. I've told y'all I did not attack Dragon Lee before WrestleMania, and we found the security footage to show what happened. And they play the footage, and we see Carlito is the one who actually attacked Dragon Lee, to nobody's surprise, because I saw this coming a mile away.
Are we shocked? We're not shocked.
Hold on, let me put on my pretends to be shocked face.
Oh man, that's the little clip at the YouTube video.
Like, nobody's shocked here. Nobody is shocked about this. Like, we saw this coming a mile away, and it was like Carlito he's not a good guy. Carlito has never been the good guy. Carlito is a great heel.
He's such a good heel, honestly.
And we want him to be that great heel. Like, let him be the heel. Let him spit the apples in people's faces and let him tell them they're not cool. And let's move on. Like, I don't like Carlito. I'm with the team, rah rah family. Like, no, mi familia. No, I don't want him in the mi familia. I want him to be the lone wolf spitting in people's faces who don't want to be cool. That's it. And so Carlito was standing in the ring watching the footage and was like, oh. And so they hear Jax Dracula again, put him in the backcracker, and then he runs off. I'm like, oh, okay. Nobody was surprised, but it was kind of a anticlimactic moment to what was supposed to be.
Yeah, nobody moved. But Carlito still looked good as fuck. I'm sorry. Like, that's one thing I'll say. That man is like in his prime for the fact that he's been in wrestling for as long as he has. Like, he just looks like he's at his best. Like, he moves great now. I look forward to seeing what happens when they actually like put a battery in this man's back and like let him do what he want to do, because he's a great wrestler and he's great for promos. Like, he's a great heel. We need more heels right now. Like, it's all good guys being like, let's just fight and see who's best. And I'm like, wrestling's better when it has like clear heels and clear faces. Like, I need both. You can't just have everybody in a gray area, because then nobody knows who they want to cheer for or not, you know? Like, it just makes more sense that way.
Absolutely. But then we move into this.
Oh, this is going to make me mad. Okay.
This little 5 second smash and grab match that was like, you couldn't even go to the bathroom in time to make it back to your seat if you were in the arena to watch this match. Like, Braun Breaker comes out. He's fighting Cedric Alexander. Gets in the ring, bell ring, bam, smash.
Spear and pin. Honestly, I'm very frustrated for Cedric Alexander. Like, that is someone that has gotten so lost in the shuffle in the past few years that the biggest like lost bag, I feel like. Cedric is endlessly entertaining, endlessly charismatic, an amazing worker, and has shown that he has the skill to be impressive on a big stage. So like, why are y'all letting this man get squashed every week? Like, give him something. Come on. Like,
I feel like Cedric Alexander is probably someone who would benefit going back to NXT and doing the whole big run in NXT, because he has, like I say, he has the skills. I just don't think they know what to do with him. And it's so frustrating because he's good. He's good. But it's just like, it's so annoying. It was so annoying. But that match happened, and then we went back to the next part of the draft, and you had Michelle McCool and Tori Wilson coming out.
The queens, Michelle and Tori. Honestly, so exciting to see them show up for things like this. Like, I really appreciate that WWE has done a better effort to show reverence and respect to the divas of the past that have helped like create they went through the trenches for the women to be able to be on the platform they are now. And Absolutely. So it always feels nice to see them have their moment of recognition in like any small way even. So I was happy to see them. It was very exciting for me.
Absolutely, same for me. I was excited to see it. And so SmackDown takes the next pick in the round, and they picked Daddy Randy Orton, because and he was on our list.
He was on our list.
He was on our list.
We've been knew he was gonna. I just knew trajectory wise that he was most likely staying on SmackDown. It made the most sense. Absolutely. For his like storyline currently. I think he's involved with a lot of the people that are currently on SmackDown in a way that like him being moved to Raw would just seem weird out of nowhere.
Absolutely. Like a RKO out of nowhere. Oh, yeah. You see what I did there? Yeah. And so then Raw turns right around and picks up Braun Breaker. And I was like, Raw ate with that one too on our cup for draft because they stole Braun Breaker from us because we wanted Braun Breaker. But they
I had a feeling that was going to happen, though, you know? So
hmm
they made the right choice by picking Braun. That was, I think, like the most natural move for him there. I think that's a good
absolutely.
spot for them to build him up and give him um, a spotlight.
Absolutely. Then SmackDown turns around and gets Miss Nia Jax, the immovable object. I was like, work. We had her on our list as well. We didn't get to pick her, but she was there on the list, and we
Yeah,
was
she was next on our list for women's picks. If we'd had another pick, she would have been it. So
absolutely.
um, I'm really excited about Nia coming to SmackDown. This gives us endless possibilities of her having feuds with Bailey would be really fun. I think seeing them have a program would be really interesting. I would love to see her get involved with something with the bloodline. Like, hello. So yeah, just all around very exciting pick. I'm really happy for her that she's been able to like pick up steam over the past few months. She's been really eating it up, and the
Yep.
looks are looking like the skin is skinning. She's doing what needs to be done.
She's so pretty. She's so dang pretty, and she knows it too. And I love that because it's like I feel like she's more comfortable in her skin now. She went away and had that moment of clarity and understanding and loving oneself, and she came back better than ever. And I have enjoyed Nia since she's been back, and so I can't wait to see what she does on SmackDown. We get more, like you said, with Bailey happening, and then we got Bianca Belair there, so we can have some interesting things going on there. And if SmackDown, well, they will be smart on Monday, and they will pick Miss Jade Cargill to stay on SmackDown because duh. But they gonna do that, and then we'll have Nia with Jade and Bianca. Naomi will probably still be there, and outside of the ring, the relationship between Nia Jax and Tiffany Stratton is so dang cute off screen. I love them. I watch their TikToks all the time. They so funny together. So I would love to continue to see them hanging out together, rolling together, doing more stuff. And yeah, I love seeing my girls happy. So
Yeah, honestly, even if they don't necessarily put Naya in her own program with Bailey, I could see her tagging up with Tiffany to give Jade and Bianca eventually some competition. Because I love Damage Control, but they can only feud with each other for so long, and then you need to have new adversaries. So
mhm,
this, I think, opens up a lot of potential for everyone involved.
absolutely. And then, well, speaking of Tiffany Stratton, we're going to go to this match with Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi. And yeah, I love Naomi so much. I love seeing Naomi wrestle. I love when she just lets it all go. And Bailey's down at ringside. Tiffany is doing her thing because she told Bailey to come down and see what's happening. And it was a it was a good moment. I enjoyed the match. I really did. I thought they both did really well. And they were, going back and forth and giving each other the ones and the twos, and it was killing the game. Then we had some interference still from the newest member of the SmackDown roster, Miss Nia Jax, decided to come out and make her presence known. And you know what? I wasn't that mad about it.
I
Usually
was
I'm mad
also
about
not mad.
usually I'm mad about interference. I wasn't mad. I wasn't mad.
Like we've already said, like having Naya brought into feud with new people and create new strains on relationships within that whole dynamic is so fun, and I can't help but look forward to what is next. Oh, we had a
Absolutely.
backstage segment after this too. We got to talk
That's what I was
about
about to say. That's what I was about to bring up next. I was about to like, because I don't want to leave here without the backstage stuff that happened. But real quick, before we go to that, we do have the draft picks for SmackDown, the third round, and SmackDown picked up LA Knight. I was like, beautiful gowns, beautiful gowns.
Mm-hmm.
Raw picked up Ricochet. Beautiful
Crickets.
gowns.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful. Uh-huh. And then SmackDown picked up the bloodline of Solo, Sikoa, Tonga, and Heyman collectively.
Yes. I also found it interesting that Heyman announced that Roman withdrew himself from the draft at all. So, like, y'all not telling him where to go. He's going to go where he wants to go when he comes back. So, it was just such a power move. And I was like, I understand it's because he's going to be away for a while. So they don't want anyone having any thoughts about what's coming and what's not. But it was really interesting to me to see them as a collective be like, y'all not splitting us, baby. We are one and done. That's it. Together.
Or
Package
nothing.
deal. This was a great continuation for SmackDown. I think like the saga of the Bloodline being a SmackDown branded thing seems right. And in my spirit feels correct about this. So
Yeah, my spirit is correct, and because we picked this, we called this, we said it was happening, and we knew it was going to happen. So.
And we also said collectively. We were not trying to draft them separate. We said as a group, they're staying together.
Absolutely, because one thing you know about Amy and myself, we said it 1,000 times, and we'll say it again. We are bloodline first before anything else. So that's just what's happening. That's just what's happening.
And we had one last Raw one.
Yes. And they picked up
Sheamus. I'm not at all surprised, considering they had his return on Raw. We did try to pick up Sheamus because just in case, because I felt like it would be a really strong pickup for SmackDown. But I was not surprised to see him picked up by Raw, and I think he'll do great things there either way. So good on Raw for picking up Sheamus. Good job.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I did skip over the backstage because we have two moments that I want to talk about. The first moment was when the EST came out and she was looking stunning, as she always does. She comes out because they're doing an interview to congratulate her on being the first overall draft pick of the draft. And she does her little interview and it was like, yay, Miss EST doing it. And so she was talking about how she was coming for the tag team champions. And it is what it is. She knew who this is what's happening. They're coming for the titles. So of course the Kabuki Warriors come out and they doing their thing, and Bianca's like, y'all coming for me? Don't come for me. And she was like, y'all know I'm not here by myself. And then here comes the storm. Jade Cargill coming out looking stunning again. I'm like, these two women I would have to do a double take if they walk past me. I'm like, oh my, okay. Well, I can't. They're so good. They're so beautiful. They're stunning.
Black women. Oh, I'm sorry. But I will never shut up about the big three. Like, they have done so much for my soul when it comes to healing with the way they've handled Black women in WWE in the past. Like, being able to see them just be great has been so amazing. I don't even know what else to say. Every time they're out there, I get a little choked up. I get so happy inside, and I can't wait to see them eventually get the flowers that they are deserved. And this is a great start to that. So props to you, Triple H, for doing what needed to be done. I'm really, really excited about them though. Every time they eat up every look, they eat up every moment they are on the screen. No notes.
No notes at all. And so they're talking back and forth. And then all of a sudden, we see these two figures come out the back and they just fighting. And we're like, what the heck is happening? Because we saw beforehand, Tonga and get into it with KO.
Yeah, Tamatonga and Solo walking together
Mm-hmm.
backstage and speaking with Heyman.
Mm-hmm. And then Kevin comes out of nowhere to text them, and so that's the brawl starts happening, and it has now spilled out into this. So Bianca and Jay and the Kabuki Warriors like, what the heck? Okay, let's get out the way because the boys are fighting. So let's move. We don't want to get hit. So they go and they're fighting, and it's mayhem. And then all of a
Mess,
sudden,
yeah.
it was so good. It was mayhem. All of a sudden, who decides to come out and make their presence known but Randy Orton?
We love a little Viper backstage moment. I was happy about this, honestly.
Me too. And I was like, oh, okay. So Randy helping KO, and KO is just like, he just hype. He just ready to go fight. He just want to go fight. And Randy like, look, I'm going to come out here slowly doing my thing. I'm going to fight, and then I'm going to push back, and I'm going to let y'all go. Like, I'm not trying to injure myself. So, and so they fight and they break him up and moving along. That's when we find out later on from, and I'm just gonna say this, and I know I probably shouldn't say this because this man is very much married and I respect the marriage, but it's something about Nick Aldis that does it for me. I don't know what it is.
Lana, I'm gonna let you have it.
Thank you. Let me
Don't do it for me. I'm honestly, Adam Pearce is kind of where it's at for me when it comes to GM moments. I'm like, ooh, okay, Zaddy Adam, okay. So yeah, I'm gonna let you have that one. But yeah, I see the vision. I do.
I mean, it's just something about him for me that I'm like, okay, that works. That's fine. And he just doesn't. But I can see the vision with Adam Pearce as well. I definitely can see. My eyes are there. But yeah, Nick Aldis comes out and he's like, you know what? He said, I know we got the draft thing happening and we're excited about our draft picks or whatever. But I want to say this tonight has 2 more matches have spawned for Backlash. So I'm very excited to talk about that. So he was like, we will be getting a triple threat match for the women's championship with Naomi, Bailey, and Tiffany Stratton at Backlash. And you know what? I was like, you kind of ate with that. All right. And then he was like, in another match, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let the OG do it. And Teddy Long came out, holla, holla, holla. And I was like, yes. And he was like, and we're going to have a tag match between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens and Solo Sikoa and Tamatonga. And I was like,
you know, they had to have Daddy Teddy come along and be like, tag team match player. Like, I was excited for him. Give him his moment in the sun. JBL can take or leave it for me. But yeah. Teddy Long, I was like, yes, let's go. Father Long, let's go.
Absolutely. Teddy Long can always come back and make a tag team match if he wants to. And I'm here for it. And then he could throw somebody in a match with The Undertaker if he wants to. I don't care. Just do it, Teddy. We love seeing it. We freaking love Teddy Long. Now, we do get another draft pick before this match, the next match. And so we had SmackDown. Well, we had JB and Teddy Long, duh. But SmackDown picked up AJ Styles. Sure.
We knew this was coming. There's only going to be a few picks that are going to shake the room when it comes to the draft every year. They don't do massive shakeups. So I kind of expected AJ would stay over here. He's solid over here. He's a well-known face to the SmackDown brand. I think this is just home for him at this point.
Absolutely. And then Raw drafted Chad Gable, Otis, Azira Tozawa, and Maxine Dupree, Alpha Academy as the collective. So I was like, okay, that makes sense.
Who picked Otis? Was it NXT? Did Lewis pick Otis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, Lewis.
I mean, but Raw picked only Chad Gable. They only wanted Chad
Right.
Gable. So, but no, y'all still got the whole Alpha
Honestly,
Academy.
out of the group, Chad Gable's the one that's probably going to do the best on Raw. So, like, I don't know how long they keep him involved with too much of that storyline. I think he's going to branch out on his own a little more. So, them
Mm-hmm.
picking Chad as a solo unit wasn't necessarily a bad pick for them. I think that was good.
Absolutely, I agree. And then SmackDown in return picked Andrade.
Okay. So we know
So,
when Charlotte comes back, we getting her, right?
period. Period. Because one thing about WWE, they are not splitting up married couples. They're not doing it. So when our pick was right, picking Charlotte was right for us. So I'm gonna add that to another check for the SmackDown because we won. Because WWE, they will split up boyfriend girlfriend. They will split up engaged, but they will not split up marriage. So thank you, Charlotte. We're getting the queen. All right, SmackDown work. And then Raw, here's where they shook the table. The one surprise I felt of the night was they drafted Kiana James from NXT. And I was like, huh. Oh.
I'll be honest, I don't watch enough NXT to know too much about Kiana James. So if there's something you could teach me about her, like great. But from the little bit of seeing her after this, like it seems like it's a great pick for them. It seemed like something that was necessary to like build up the Raw side of women. If they're losing Naya, they need to start bringing up a couple of other people to strengthen that side. And she seems strong. I look forward to seeing what she can bring. I just need to go back and watch some more of her stuff and be like, what's up? What are you all about, sis? What's going on?
She's good. She's good because I am very new to watching NXT, and so the little that I do know about her, I was like, okay, I can understand. I understand why bringing her up was a necessity, and why it will be good for the women's brand on Raw. She is strong. She is somebody who is going to shake a little something in the women's locker room. Some people are going to be a little shaking in their boots that this young girl woman is gonna come in there and being so strong. And we gotta also realize like we've lost Raquel Rodriguez has been out for a while due to injury, and all the other and people Alexa Bliss is out, Carmella is out. A lot of people who would be filling up the women's locker room on that side is out for injury or maternity or a lot of things. And yeah, so um It 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 is.
It was definitely not what I was anticipating, but also it was. I felt like it was a reasonable choice for them to make moving forward for Raw. I look forward to seeing what new things they can bring her into, and hopefully she gets a segment on Raw to show the world what she's got. Because if they believe in her enough to bring her up, then she's clearly something special, and I look forward to seeing it.
Me too. But then we get to the main event of the night, and it is Cody Rhodes versus Carmelo Hayes. We talked about it earlier. We jumped the gun a little bit. But what did you think of the match itself, Amy?
Um, it was quicker than I would have liked for a main event, especially with it being Carmelo's first showing. Do I think it was a bad showing for him? Not at all. I think they really made him look like a superstar. It showed off his abilities and what he's capable of. And I think that a lot of new people became Carmelo Hayes fans last night. And
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to seeing what they do with him next, because this was definitely the start of greatness for SmackDown and Carmelo. He's coming.
Oh, he's coming. He is him. Him is here. He is gonna do things. He gonna shake the table at SmackDown, and I can't wait to see what he does. I'm excited. I'm glad he came up when he came up, and then they let Trick stay down in NXT, stay at not down, but stay at NXT, so that feud doesn't have to continue into the main roster. Let them separate themselves. Let them do their thing, and let them grow in each place. Like and then we'll bring Trick up in a year or two. We'll let him do his run or whatever, and we'll bring him up at WrestleMania next year, which would be great.
Yeah. Honestly, even if they saved him to come in for the Rumble and give him a little bit of a spotlight there before pulling him up after Mania next year, that'd be great, I think. But I think it is really important for them to establish themselves outside of that feud, like you were saying. Let them have the time to be their own people without people associating them with each other as much. And yeah, just let them build their brand in whatever way is next, you know?
Right. It was. I thought the match was fine. And this was one of those matches. Like I said, Carmelo didn't need to win. He just needed to show why he was so good. And like you said earlier, he showed everybody why he's a main event guy. He go come in, he go fight the main event people, and he is going to hold his own and be able to do it.
And not only that, like, he makes anything he does within the ring look just so effortless. Like, it doesn't take him a lot to do it. And that is a talent that cannot be taught. That is something that is innate in your ability as a worker and as a wrestler. And I'm just really excited that he has the opportunity to show that off, because that is like a charisma level that you just have it or you don't. And he's got it. Like, he's just set up to do great things.
Absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. But it was overall, I thought the show was all right. And then even after the Carmelo and Cody's showing or whatever, then AJ comes out again and is more handshaking, respecting, and nothing. I was like, why? What was the purpose?
You could have just given them like another couple minutes on the match. Like, let them go up more. You didn't need to show us more AJ. We already know that you respect him. Like, okay, like,
right, bye.
Good for you? Question mark? I don't know. It is what it is. We already know what's coming. With Backlash coming, we know what's coming for AJ there. He's not winning it. No. So let them just do what they do. Go through the motions it's going to be going through the motions until we get to SummerSlam. You know, then we're going to get some real big heat coming into that. I look forward to see where the bricks get laid for the future there.
Absolutely. And we'll be here to discuss Backlash in complete thoughts and all of that happening next week. So stick around. You know what? Hit the notification bell and subscribe. You won't miss it. So do all of the things, because that was SmackDown and we're good. We're going to get out of here, but you know what to do. Subscribe, do all the things.
And leave a comment. Tell us what you thought.
Absolutely. And in the description, you'll see all the links to all of our other channels. Go subscribe to those channels as well. Our membership channel. If you want to send a donation to help this channel, because all the money that comes into this channel goes back into making this channel even better. So do a super thanks on our main channel at the CUP Pod. You can follow us on all of our socials at the CUP Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And then you can follow Amy and I. Not me reading my name, about to say Lamey. You can follow Amy and I on our Twitters and Instagrams. You see them there. And get your cup merch, period, as I'm using it right now to hold my pen and remote control in. But, do all of that. It's handy. You can use it for the cup or to hold stuff in. So multi-purpose. Do all the things. Get all the stuff. We're going to get out of here because I'm getting delusional, apparently. So good night and cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Bye.
Woo. That Carmelo. Oh, my God.
Yeah. Oh, my God, Carmelo. Any day.